Nation.
SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first. Then you act.
Welcome back, Spartan Nation Radio. He's joining us for the entire hour with the official Spun.com, thespun.com college football preview top 25. Matt Hladek. Matt, number 7. I'm a little shocked you have them this high. I don't see it. Florida Gators.
Listen, it seems tough to say that a team you put at 7 might be a year away. I think they might be a year away from challenging Georgia in the SEC East and really trying to get back to the level they were at 10 years ago under Urban Meyer. But I still think the potential is there for a big season at Florida. A lot depends on if Felipe Franks can make some more strides. What Dan Mullen was able to do with him last year in his first season was eye-opening, because this was a kid who in 2017 looked lost at times. And Dan Mullen turned him into a pretty quality college quarterback. On defense, Todd Grantham, they were able to hold on to him. The Cincinnati Bengals made a run at him for the DC spot, and he elected to stay at Florida. That's huge. He's coordinating that unit again. There's a lot of talent there that can make the defense as strong, if not stronger, than it was in 2018. Big 2-week test for this team in October against Auburn at LSU. They beat LSU last year at home. It'll be really hard to go on the road to Death Valley and win. I think this is a Florida team that you could see back in a New Year's Day game. I think they're a year away from challenging for the college football playoff potentially, or the SEC's title, at least a shot at the SEC championship. But I think that they're definitely on the right track, and you're starting to see why so many fans were excited when they hired Dan Mullen.
Yeah, I like Danny though, so I'm rooting for him. Number 6, again, I'm a little overrated, because I just don't have the confidence in the coach. They got the talent, and they should be there. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, they got the talent to be higher than this. 6, the LSU Tigers.
Without a doubt, I think that this team, this is as good of an LSU roster as we've seen in a few years now. You know, obviously LSU is never really short on talent, but I think when you look at both sides of the ball, how good they are up front, how deep they are, how athletic they are, this is as strong of a roster as they've had there in several seasons, dating back to when Les Miles was the coach. Ed Orgeron, listen, we know Coach O, we know he bleeds purple and gold, but there's always been a question of how far can he take this program, how much can they do under him. This will be a major test. We talked about week 2, they got to go to Texas, and that'll be a huge, kind of a huge barometer, huge measuring stick game that early in the season. Another thing I'm really interested in seeing is Joe Burrow stabilized that position of quarterback last year. They badly needed a quarterback. Can he go from being a stable, sturdy, steady guy to more of a star? They're opening up the offense, going an RPO, run-pass option type scheme, as opposed to more of a pro-style attack that they had last year. This is supposed to play into his skill set, play into what he wants to do. He's a senior now. He's got experience. What they get out of him could go a long way to can they be the second best team in the SEC, and can they even put a scare into Alabama, actually.
I got to tell you, I want Coach O to succeed. I like him.
So do I.
I like him. I really like him. I know so many people that are close to him, who I'm close to, who just love the guy. I'm really rooting for him big time.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we come to number 5, to a team that I don't think you can argue that they're underrated when you get into the top 5. I think it's close. I am going to probably either have them at 4 or 3 when I release the Spartan Nation. But number 5, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Sure, and I think you could have them at 4. I easily could have flip-flopped 4 and 5 in my top 25, and I think there's no real issues with either of those teams being ranked, in those spots. The expectations are what they always are in Columbus. Win the Big Ten East, win the Big Ten title, compete for a national title. And nothing's changed, even though Ryan Day's there. We've seen him start to try to establish, his dominance, so to speak, or establish his program. Goes out, poaches 2 coaches from Michigan. They've already been recruiting the same way that they had under Urban Meyer. So I think Ryan Day is trying to set up, say, hey, we're not missing a beat. We're going to be Ohio State. It's crazy to think about the players they lost at receiver and think that they're still loaded at the position. That's how deep they are at receiver with, KJ Hill still there. Chris Olave, I think, could be a breakout star. Benjamin Victor, maybe he steps up and kind of becomes more of a consistent target. Is Justin Fields going to play like the 5-star recruit that everyone expect him to be? That's a major question. I think that he has all the talent in the world. How does he kind of step in now in his first year being the man, especially in a new place with all eyes on him? Defensively, Chase Young is one of the best defensive linemen in the country. We know that there's going to be a lot of talent on that defense. It's just a matter of how do they kind of get things situated and how do they, with the staff changes, get the most out of that unit.
We're talking to Matt Hladek. Matt, we got to hurry now. We got 4 minutes left and 4 teams to go through, but I want to say this. I think Ohio State's 2 biggest games are going to be at Nebraska.
Huge, yes.
And I think playing Michigan State with that defense, if Michigan State can get any kind of an offense, this is a team they should have won last year. I still think they're going to go 12-0. Number 4, let's hurry, Oklahoma.
Listen, Jalen Hurts is not as talented a passer as Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, but we saw the strides that those guys made under Lincoln Riley. He's going to maximize Hurts' talents. We know they have a lot of skill players at their disposal. The defense was poor to know around it last year, but there's hope for it to be a little bit better. Oklahoma is still the class of the Big 12. They still deserve to be the preseason favorites there. And no one should really be surprised if they're back in the college football playoff come the end of December.
Number 3, Georgia.
Georgia, this is, and again, they suffered a major blow losing Jeremiah Holloman when he gets dismissed from the program over the weekend. But they probably have the best offensive line in the entire country. Jake Fromm, I'm not super high on his overall talent level, but he's a really solid college quarterback, and he's experienced, and he has the best running game with Swift and James Cook and Zamir White. We know that the defense is going to be well stocked at Georgia. Now can they get over the hump? Can they beat Alabama?
Can they?
They can. I don't think they will, though.
Number 2, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Sure, I think Alabama, they have to be 2 here to start the year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 1 when all is said and done. I think Tua's got to be hungry considering the way last year ended. They have the best 3-man receiver trio in the country with Ruggs and Judy and Devonta Smith. The defense has to replace some players, but Nick's got 4 and 5 stars that are at his disposal, ready to go. Raekwon Davis in line for a huge year. The secondary should be strong once again. I think that they have to survive some tough road trips, especially A&M, but they have an easy non-conference schedule, and they get LSU and Auburn at home. They should win the SEC West and play for the SEC title. I think they should be back in the college football playoff.
I agree with you. I heard that there is a team, an NFL team, and I think I may have told you this summer, but I'll tell you when we go to commercial if I haven't, that purposely got rid of a lot of talent because they want Tua next year in the draft. That should tell you how good Tua is.
Oh, without a doubt.
Next, the number 1 team in the country. I can't imagine anybody in the preseason not having them here. The Clemson Tigers.
It's easy to just re-rank the champion at 1, but I think when you look at what Clemson's done, they have to be the number 1 team again. It's them and Alabama and everybody else in college football right now. Dabo has, I think, the best quarterback in the country, and Trevor Lawrence at his disposal. Justin Ross, T. Higgins, Travis Etienne. Talk about offensive weapons. Defensively, they did lose a lot up front, but they've been recruiting at a really high level, and when you can have Xavier Thomas back and Isaiah Simmons in your front 7, that always helps. I think Clemson is going to be in the national title game again this year.
Who wins it?
Here's what's funny. I will say I have Clemson 1 because I think they're the best team in the country to start the year, and I think they have to be 1. But I'm going to take Alabama over Clemson in the title game. Keep the series kind of going back and forth and going strong.
So you think Alabama wins it?
Yes.
All right. His name is Matt Hladek. You can check him out at thespun.com, the best sports aggregate site on the web. Matt, stay on the line. I want to tell you about that NFL team. You are listening to the Spartan Nation Radio Network. Remember to make SpartanNation.com your homepage on the old interweb.